class. Today we're going to be teaching about personal protective equipment, which is super important in healthcare. This is your bell ringer for today, so please take about 1 or 2 minutes to answer that question. Okay, that should be enough time. From a healthcare professional perspective, how do you guys feel about that question? Do you guys have any feedback? Yes?
Yeah, so my thoughts on it were, I think that personal protection is very important, and especially for healthcare workers, I feel like using masks, gloves, proper hand hygiene are all very important things you can do to help protect yourself against infection.
Awesome. Okay, so we're going to move on to the agenda today. Today we're going to be focusing more on personal protective equipment, infection control, donning and offing equipment, PPE. So, with the question of today, there's been about 1 in 31 patients that got infections from healthcare workers, which is why it's super important for you to be wearing personal protective equipment for yourselves and for others around you. Around 72,000 people died because of healthcare infected diseases transferring. So we're going to be donning and offing personal protective equipment. I'm going to show you how to on and off it. So if you have any jewelry on, such as rings, it's fine if you have gloves on it, but it's easier to rip. So it's more important to take off these kinds of equipment. First thing you do is you put on your gown. So you guys have partners next to you. If you do not, you can ask for help from the other groups. So first things first is you put on your gown. Okay, so you put it over your head, and you put your arms through the holes. If you need help, ask your partner to help you or another group. Do that, and you tie it in the back. Tie it in the back really loosely so you can easily untie it when you get it off. Try to put your thumbs through the thumb holes inside of the gown so it's easy to put on gloves and have perfect seal. Okay, the next step after this one is putting on your mask. With your mask, you're going to pull the strings. Put it on from the chin, put it on your ears, then pull it up to your nose and conform it to your nose. Make sure none of your nose is sticking out or there's no holes on the sides. Your next step after that, your last and final step is to put on your gloves. So, the first thing you do is open up the glove and you slide it up onto your gown so it makes a perfect seal. Continue with the other glove, making sure that you try to not touch the fingers on it, unless you're doing it with the other glove. You want to keep it nice and sanitary. Okay, after that you're completely safe from pretty much any disease, as well as saving others from other diseases. So soon, this is what each piece of equipment is needed for. Gloves, they protect your hands and protect your patients. If there's any kind of contaminants, such as diseases in the blood, you can be at severe risk of getting it if you do not have protective equipment on. Masks and face shields, they protect you from coughing patients or getting diseases from airborne diseases. Gowns protect your clothes and protect your skin, making sure that you stay safe the entire time you're with an infectious patient. Now we're going to move on to one-on-one. Okay, thank you for coming over here. I'm going to take off my mask so you can understand me a bit better. Okay, so this patient has an infection. This patient is coughing. Which part of your equipment will protect you from that? Your mask? Okay, why do you think so? Yes! So your mask protects you from spreading diseases and getting diseases from patients, spreading it all over. Okay, now the patient has a sort of rash and he's itching it and you have to examine it. Which part of the protective equipment protects you from it? Correct. It protects you from contacting patients as well as transmitting diseases from skin to skin contact. Okay, let's say the patient is throwing up or bleeding. Which part of your protective equipment protects you from that?
The gown.
Correct. It protects you from pretty much spray or diseases that could get soaked into your clothes or skin. And it pretty much keeps everything clean and sanitized. It's not completely sanitized due to the nature of our protective equipment not being sanitary completely, but it is clean, so it won't transfer diseases as easily. Thank you for coming over here. I'll come and get the next group. Now we're going to go into more donning and offing based off blood. Pretty much, if you have diseases on your glove, you don't want that stuff on you. So I have some students up here today, and I'm gonna have them dip their gloves into the blood. I'll have you guys do that first. Now let's pretend this blood has HIV in it, and you don't want that stuff on you. So when you have to remove everything off, this is how you remove your gloves. You pinch at the wrist with your non-dominant hand, you roll it up inside out. Now your hand is free. You roll it up into your other hand, get 2 fingers underneath and hook and pull off. So now you have a protective field. Now I'm having students demonstrate that with fake blood, but let's pretend this has HIV positive in it. So we're going to have them remove their gloves. There you are. Roll it up in your other hand, pinch, and then throw in the trash. I'm gonna have you guys sanitize your hands as well, just like afterwards. There we go. And then we're gonna have the next student try it, because they're partners. Go ahead. Dip it in the blood. It's like the patient bled on you, or had congratulated blood. So pinch, pull gently and slowly so you don't get it all over yourself or in your glove itself. Because when you're pulling it off, create some space. There you are. Roll it up in your other hand. Get 2 fingers underneath, do a hook, and pull it off. You made yourself your own contaminated flag. You did get some blood on you, but you did much better than you did before. Okay, now you guys did all the blood. You guys know how to take off your gloves now. We're gonna disrobe the rest of us. So, our next step is to clean off our masks. What you do is you make sure you grab the strings. Don't grab this because it could be contaminated. Pull it off, and then throw it in the trash. I'll bring around a trash can so you guys can throw it away. Make sure you don't touch the front of your mask because it could be contaminated. Just hold it by the strings. Or 2. Or you can even rip it off because it's just a knock down. And you pull off the gown. Make sure that you try to get it inside out. When you're taking it off, you grab the inside, take off your sleeve, and mock it, try to make it inside out from the inside out. And roll it up. We're acting like this is contaminated, so you only want the inside touching you. Ball it up, throw it away. Then bring around the trash can again. Okay, so this is our end question, check for understanding. Just to make sure you understood the lesson. If you miss any of the questions, if you don't know, just write what you know. If you don't know anything, then you weren't paying attention. But if you do know some of it, I can fill you in on the rest later if you don't understand it. So your first question is, how should you properly take off gloves? Just list out the procedure how you would do it. Second question is, what's your most used PPE in the profession? What do you think is the most used? Your third question is, should you wear protective equipment when transporting a patient or when drawing blood? One of them is right. You have 50-50. And then I'll come around in a couple minutes to pick that up for my grade. I will meet with you guys later just to see if you guys don't understand some of these questions. I'll explain it in more detail with you.